without staring at the band. So it is, no, it is where I think it's becoming something that if you really want to sustain a career, songs matter. Of course they do. And performance matters, but it's got to be something we're just so used to visual stimulation. I think the really successful artists will figure out how to do both.
Absolutely. And a different way of promoting things is how we'll wrap up on kind of a silly note and a little tribute. Since the last time we did a music podcast, Greg Kihn, K-I-H-N, passed away. He was in his 70s, and he is best known, well, his highest selling song was the follow-up song to what is called the breakup song. That's They Don't Write Him Anymore. I'm sure you remember that. Maybe you remember that. Anyway,
of course.
I heard folks out there, I think it's a very catchy song, and it's not surprising it became a hit, but he put out an album every year for a while, and he put the breakup song on there every time, and he said, I'm touring, and I'm putting that on the album until it becomes a hit. And finally it did. And then that's actually kind of a neat little song. And then the following song is Jeopardy, which I think is a terrible song, to be honest, but it reached number 2 on the Billboard chart, which is, but a guy who was that persistent and wanted to get out there and get his music heard, he eventually did. And, well, God bless him. I guess it's a different way of doing things that you couldn't do today, probably.
When I think of that song, it was a hit in 81, but I think of an earlier song by that band Missouri, Moving On.
Right.
It's of the same era, the same sort of guitar sound. It's melodic. It's not soft rock. It's not hard rock. It's something right in between. And it's catchy. That was their only hit. But I was living in St. Louis at the time, that summer, driving a delivery van, and KC played that song like every hour. So I've heard it enough. But the breakup song is, it's classic. It's like Jenny 867
right.
or whatever.
Yes, that's a very good comp. I agree with that.
It's just, I like it. It's kind of a perfect radio pop song.
Well, this guy clearly is kind of clever and offbeat, because actually one of his albums was titled Citizen Kihn, K-I-H-N. So clearly a good sense of humor. He died at the age of 75, complications of Alzheimer's, but the breakup song will live on, maybe forever. That's a good way to wrap things up. It's kind of silly, kind of fun, and a good tribute, and lots of good information as usual and fun. Tim, happy birthday to you and your bride over the last couple of weeks, and play some songs that you both like.
Yeah, we will. That's not hard.
All right, we'll see you in a couple of weeks, Tim. Thanks a lot.
Okay. Thanks, Danny.
We hope you enjoyed the latest Danny Klingscale Reasonably Irreverent podcast. Come back soon for something fresh and new. This podcast was made possible by our great sponsors like
the 23rd Street Brewery in Lawrence, great food, finely crafted beers, cocktails, and great sports viewing in a friendly and comfortable atmosphere. Join Matt Llewellyn and his great staff at 23rd and Castle in Lawrence.